right, well, hey, we're driving down from Pasadena into a city called San Gabriel, and this is Virginia Avenue in the city of San Marino. You see just a palm-lined streets that are very typical of California. So, hey, welcome to California and what California is all about. So I actually was born in Mexico and was raised here from the age of 5 in California. Griselda is a California girl. She was born right here in Southern California, the Los Angeles area. And my parents were migrant farm workers, so we got an opportunity to travel with my family from Southern California to Northern California as they helped pick different crops as being migrant farm workers. And so I got a chance to get that incredible opportunity experience in my life. From that, I became a Christian in the UCLA campus ministry, and from there began dreaming to be in ministry. And my wife became a Christian at the Occidental campus ministry, and that's how we were able to meet. We met as college students and in ministry, and we were actually married in 1995 in South Africa. Is where we got engaged, and we were married right here in the city of Pasadena. We actually took our engagement photos right in this building behind us, and we just try to enjoy life. We love our life in Christ, and we love our life with one another and with our family as well.
As far as our leadership journey, personally, I was converted very, very close to here at a small liberal arts college called Occidental College. I was reached out to, and so grateful for the people who studied the Bible with me. Shortly after, about 2 years into my spiritual journey, I was called by God into the full-time ministry as a campus intern. And it really was a call by God because all my heart's desires at that time was to continue my medical degree. But I had a strong passion, and I felt a strong calling by God to serve the women in his church and let him be known through that. And that was 30 years ago, and here we are today. So it's been amazing journey with God. I've learned so much. There's been many trials, but I feel like God has been my anchor and my rock and my inspiration through it all.
And I think we were privileged to have some tremendous people in our lives that trained us throughout our ministry career and our vocation in ministry. Amongst them, Marty and Chris Fuqua, who really walked with us, helped us in our life, in our character, in our family, and especially in the posture and practices of ministry that are always evolving and changing. And we can never thank them enough for all they invested in us. And that's something that we try to do, very much emulate what they've done with us and be able to give that to more and more younger people as they come up in ministry, so they can also have all the help and support that they need as they enter this vocation.
We've been leading the Pacific Southwest family of churches for approximately 7 years now. And the Pacific Southwest encompasses about 10,000 disciples all the way from Hawaii to all the state of California, several of the southwestern states. And currently we do have the fellowship of the Korean brothers and sisters with us. So that being said, I would definitely say that the biggest challenge has been the vastness of the group, the diversity of the group, and even the various languages in the group. And so, just trying to figure that out, definitely as a team. It's not just us. It's definitely a team, a group of mature people who are pulling together, and we desire unity. We desire to work together. We desire to know each other. We desire to pray for each other. So in that sense, it's also been a blessing.
I would say the most enjoyable aspect of this has been the relationships. The fact that we're able to work alongside some tremendous, incredible people, and the partnership, the relationship, the fun that we have with one another, the ability to be able to learn from each other is an enjoyable thing. To be able to do a life as Christians together with other like-minded peers is a tremendous joy. I think primarily number one would be communication. Communication is essential. The things that we learn and hear, especially from our global fellowship, that is passed down. And so we feel a tremendous stewardship of that communication, that it goes down to our leaders in our region, but also to all of our members. I would say, secondly, with that is our representation. We really feel that we are representatives and know that that's who we are. And so we don't represent ourselves, what we desire, what we want. We really want to represent our membership, as diverse as it is, and make sure that their goals and their desires are communicated also to our fellowship. The third thing that I would say is team building. One of the things that we did coming into this role is very much try to emulate the teams that are already arranged globally and repeat those here within our regional family. So we do have, in the same way, a next generation task force, women's ministry leaders that get together and work together, teaching ministry that works together. And our delegates team really becomes a leadership center and hub for our work here in the ministry in our region. And then I would say with that, our connection that we have and our desire to continue to grow, not just in missions, but also locally in missions as a Pacific Southwest, as Griselda mentioned, with Arizona, Nevada, California, Hawaii, and Korea. We really do want to plant churches within our region. And so we support over, I think, 5 or 6 different mission points around the world. But we do want to continue planting. So we have a planting and strengthening fund here within the Pacific Southwest to continue planting churches and supporting the spread of our churches here in the Pacific Southwest. And lastly, regular gatherings to gather together, whether it be on Zoom or also in person every single year with our conferences. That is something that is very, very important as we continue the work in the Pacific Southwest.
That is a great question. That's something that we're trying to figure out, but something that we're doing currently is we are definitely prioritizing our local ministry. And as far as the regional and global stuff, we realize that the other church leaders who are also in this family of churches, we want them as well to focus on their local ministries. And so what we try to do is, as far as the global and regional things, we try to schedule that, whether it's a monthly women's prayer on Zoom, or our bi-monthly delegate meetings, or our yearly in-person conferences with all the PSW leaders, where we can really just get down to teaching, learning from one another, and great fellowship. So it kind of is all scheduled so people will know what's coming, because we really do want folks and ourselves to focus on our local ministry. And by that, we will enrich and lift up the church as a whole.
I think one of those is continually learning. So we read a lot, we study a lot, and listen to a lot of teaching on leadership and on our own personal development. Just a couple years ago, I finished a master's degree in missional leadership. That was tremendously helpful. Continuing education in our vocation, I think, is essential. I actually am very interested in getting a PhD as well. And also just using all the tools that are available to us. I think COVID obviously had its limited effects, but also taught us how to use technology to be able to continue to connect one another. So Zoom, WhatsApp, all the different ways to connect have been absolutely essential. And one of the byproducts is there's a lot more meetings. But one of the great things is that there are a lot more meetings. We get to see each other more often and more connection. So we definitely take advantage of all the digital tools and online tools available for our connection.
Well, personally for me, I love to get out in nature. And we're very blessed here to live in Southern California. We have the mountains that I'm looking at beautifully right now, and I like to walk my neighborhood. When I am in nature, I feel like I am completely disconnected. I am free, I'm with God, and also naps. Naps help a lot.
Yeah. And I would say for me is I really relish relationships. So my friendships, the buddies that I get a chance to live life with, we just try to really be available for one another. And whether it is go see a movie together, go grab some tacos together, go hiking, go play disc golf, whatever it is, just as an excuse for us to be together is recharging and refreshing for me. Aside, I think as well from reading, I really enjoy reading as a relaxing yet building hobby for me.
And also our weekly dates.
That's right.
We can't survive without them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we could both share about that. I think some pieces of advice that has really helped me, the advice that I was given, was to definitely center myself daily on Christ, that my identity is not my position, thank goodness, that my identity is not even who I know in the church or the things that I have or the things that I've done, but really that my identity is Christ. And if I can relish in that, I can live in that, I can enjoy that, I think that's a big, very helpful piece of advice that I received. I think the other piece of advice I would give to the next generation leaders is please learn from our mistakes from the past. Acquaint yourself well with our fellowship's history. Know the mistakes that we've made, whether it was mistakes of arrogance or maybe being ultra focused on goals at any cost. And really just, be learners, and also learn from the good things from our generation as well, which one of the things I very much value is how much we are fighting for unity, how much we desire to be together, to be one. And I think that's really honoring God. And I don't know.
Yeah, and I would say value and appreciate all that's been put into you. I think I really want to demystify the roles of leadership in our fellowship. It really is not for a specific personality type or a specific person or a specific experience or a specific connection with any specific training. It really is all that God has put into you. And what I would just advise you is jump in the mix. Use the talents that God has given you. It's really not a magical thing. It's really God has given so much to you that you can use for the sake of our fellowship around the world and for God to continue to work powerfully. And I would just say, believe in all that. Believe in all that God has put in you and just get in the mix. And as you do, you're going to see yourself flourish and blossom in ways that you will be excited about, but also you'll be able to help others as well. So get in the mix, jump in there.
Absolutely.